Hey, good morning, everybody. This, to me, is the best laid-out museum in town. I might be a little bit biased because I love airplanes and everything. And speaking of that little personal note right there, I am wearing my birthday present from my wife and Chloe right now. I have wanted this. I looked around Bristol, England one day when I was like 17 or something. For a whole day, all the old Army Navy stores. I've always wanted one of these jackets. So, thanks, honey. So anyway, I feel very cool walking around the museum. I wasn't expecting it to get up to 80 degrees today, so I'll be taking this off in a little bit. But listen, here's something really cool. The weather's going to be great this weekend for the big Charlotte Veterans Day Parade. The parade is tomorrow, 11 a.m. uptown, so that's going on tomorrow. We're going to tell you more about that coming up here in just a little bit. They've got some awesome stuff going on a week from tomorrow. Next weekend here at the Carolinas Aviation Museum, veterans and their families get in at a discount rate, and they're going to have a passenger here from Flight 1549, the Miracle on the Hudson, and you'll be able to talk to a passenger right here. So a great deal for veterans right there, respecting the veterans and their families. Get a discount rate to come in and check this out. If you have not been into the Carolinas Aviation Museum, you have got to come see this. I love this, all kinds of good stuff. And if you got a military background, it might bring back some memories. Good time to share with the kids as well. And a passenger from Flight 1549 will be here. We'll have more details about that online for you at WCCBCharlotte.com. At Wilson's World, we're here at the Aviation Museum. They've been nice enough to open up for us. I love this place. We're going to tell you more about the museum here in just a little bit. Moira is here, good friend of the show, and the Veterans Day Parade for Charlotte is tomorrow uptown at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. steps off sharply at Tryon and 9th Street. Goes straight down Tryon Street. It disbands right around the Levine Avenue of the Arts, like the Levine Center.
Yeah.
So anywhere along there is great. Now, if you go to the square, that's where we have an announcer telling you all about all the units, who's there, what they're doing, and so that's a really good place to be.
That's a great spot, and they always have a row of veterans right there on the square. I love being. I'm not, unfortunately, not going to be able to be there tomorrow. My good friend Bob's going to be there, but I love hearing the announcements. All the high school ROTC programs, all the veterans groups coming out. Somebody's watching this more, and they're like, "Man, I'd love to go, but gosh, I get freaked out about parking. What am I going to do?"
So easy, because it's a Saturday, so there are a lot of places where you can park for free. A lot of places where you can park for like $3 parking. A lot of the decks are going to be flat empty. So you can park in decks. Now, some of the on-street parking not going to be available because whenever we have a special event like that, we don't have on-street parking. There are going to be lots of decks, lots of lots. Easy peasy. You can park there.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, and a lot of them have, really low cost parking.
And so we'll have a link up with all that information to WCCBCharlotte.com. This really is one of my favorite events because we do have so many people that are a part of this, and it's a great story. And they've been doing this parade for years.
We have. It started when Quincy Collins looked around and said, "Hey, the vets are putting on their own parade. What is that all about?" We have to say thanks to the veterans for all they have done for all wars. And so we need to get together and we need to put on a parade for the veterans. So Carolinas Freedom Foundation was born to do that. It is a great thing. It is a wonderful way to say thank you and to feel good about your patriotism. I mean, I just feel so good when I go to this parade.
Well, we were just talking. This is a good opportunity for everybody. I don't know if you've noticed, the world's been a little crazy lately, but this is a good chance for people to kind of come together and say, hey, thanks.
I think we felt a little divisive in our world, and it's a nice chance for people to come together and just feel good as a country, feel good as a community, and come together and just say thanks to people who have put their lives on the line and who have served. And it is just time for us to do that, and this is a good opportunity. So I invite you all to come down and say thank you to our veterans.
Come on out. It's going to be a good time. Maura, when are you running for mayor?
No. You.
Come on, no, do it.
You run every
I
year.
already did. That was a joke, but I'm just saying.
No.
She didn't say no.
No, I did.
No, you didn't.
No. That was a no.
I didn't hear that. I'm sorry. She didn't say no way possible. She just said no. That was a very quick no.
Oh, no way possible.
That was a quick no.
That was the long.
So you're saying there's a chance? There's a chance. Maura Quinn, Mayor 2020. Back to you guys in the studio.
She's like, I'm going to start getting texts now. Thanks, Wilson.
A lot of fun. Good morning, everybody. I'm having a lot of fun. I love this museum, the Carolinas Aviation Museum. We got Stephen, Cliff, and Bob with the museum here. Stephen is the president of the Carolinas Aviation Museum. If people haven't been out here before, Stephen, what can they expect? What is this museum all about?
Well, it is about the people behind the airplanes, the stories that have brought these airplanes into our lives, that have made it such an important part of our culture. What is really special about this museum, different from many other museums, is that you can get up close and very intimate with these stories, get right next to the planes, and you know, enjoy the stories that brought aviation to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is so important for our culture.
And the future of this museum, the growth here has been amazing, but you were just saying, I don't want to give it all away, but there's some plans in the future here, some good things on the way.
Well, it sounds like you just did give it all away.
I don't want to give it all away, but
we're trying to become even a greater asset for Charlotte. We're thinking about how can we connect our kids to the aviation and aerospace industry. There's so many opportunities for economic impact to improve lives. So we have a job to do, a mission to really bring kids into this field.
I love that. So keep your eyes on this. Listen, we have some of the volunteers here, also some veterans that have served. Cliff is here with us. And what is your favorite thing about being a part of this museum?
Well, I just love to talk to people about, you know, aviation. I spent some time in the Navy in the 60s in aviation, and I love to talk about it. And I kind of have an unlimited audience out here to talk to people. But some of the people you meet have the most incredible stories. You know, you talk to them and engage them. And we have some very unique aircraft here.
They do, and the stories with the aircraft is amazing. And speaking of stories, Bob's got quite a few stories as well. You're one of the volunteers out here. I don't want to say it, but for now, you're the oldest volunteer. He's been around the block a few times. He's been up in the air and all that good stuff. Why is Veterans Day, and why are the people recognizing Veterans Day, why is that so important to you?
Well, the importance of it is, of course, is to recognize all the service people that have spent a little bit of time as well as a lifetime into serving our country. And this one day of the year that we should all look at our veterans as the people that has preserved our freedom.
And when someone comes up to you and says, thank you for your service to the country, what does that mean to you?
Well, it means a great deal because they recognize the fact that you did spend time. And although the people that had not served in the military, I think that they really admire those that have. And I always thank them for thinking of us when I get that, and I get that quite often.
The Veterans Day Parade for Charlotte is tomorrow at 11 a.m. We'll have details about that. Also, next weekend, a lot of events going on right here at the Carolinas Aviation Museum. Military families get in for a discount. They're going to have a Flight 1549 passenger here as well. We'll have it all linked up for you at WCCBCharlotte.com. Thank you for your service. Thank you for the museum for letting us in. We'll tell you more about the parade and the museum that's coming up here. This is WCCB Charlotte, and we'll be right back. Yep, we are over here by the airport at the Carolinas Aviation Museum. We're going to tell you more about the Aviation Museum in just a second. But listen, the Veterans Day Parade is tomorrow. There's a lot of Veterans Day events coming up here in town. I've got John here. Welcome home, veterans. Richard's Coffee Shop. If you don't know about Richard's Coffee Shop up in Mooresville, it's a real special place for really a lot of reasons.
Right. We have had over 16,000 veterans sign our Book of Honor. It's veterans supporting veterans, and we're involved in a lot of activities throughout the Carolinas in support of veterans returning Iraqi freedom and people that need special help. And we're a bunch of volunteers that help.
There's a lot of positive energy going on up there, and that's why you guys are being honored Monday with the Carolinas Freedom Foundation breakfast and everything. I'll ask you the same question I was asking these fellows a little earlier. When someone comes up and says, there's a lot of positive stuff going on up there at the coffee shop, but when you're out and about and someone sees your hat and they know that you served, and when someone comes up and says thank you, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot, because originally when we returned from Vietnam, we weren't so recognized, but now it really does your heart good to realize that the public really supports their military. I think Carolina is probably one of the best states.
Well, I agree with you there, and a good way to do that would be tomorrow, Veterans Day Parade going on uptown.
Okay.
You guys have a lot of stuff going on next weekend as well over the coffee shop.
Yes, we have, well, Mooresville has what they call Veterans Week, and it culminates with our Veterans Parade on next Saturday. So we got 2 good Saturdays to support, get your kids out and
all right, so the deal is John got to talk now. You've got to talk at the big breakfast on Monday, right?
Yes, I do.
There you go. Well, you talked today, too, so there you go. So great stuff right here. And listen, I want to talk about your wife called. Your wife texted you. You saw you on TV just a minute ago, said you did great.
She did.
Hi, honey. How you doing? Hope you're watching. You said she texted us, said, honey, you did great. She goes, well,
I just wasn't sure which
she was
one
talking to you.
was talking
She wasn't talking to me, brother. Anyway, thank you for watching. Listen, I want to say really quick, next Saturday right here, you guys have some great stuff going on. Military families getting in at a discount, and a passenger from Flight 1549 will be here.
Yes, and we have passengers come out quite frequently, and to talk to someone or hear them talk that was actually on the seat of this plane is incredible. You can have seen it on the news, saw the movie, read all the information we have here, but to talk to someone that was there, it's just such an incredible experience because they can put it into words that you don't normally hear.
Well, and that means a lot coming from you, because you've been there, done that, done a lot of different things right there. But that is really special. So get on out here to the Carolinas Aviation Museum, really anytime, but especially next weekend. Listen, we're going to tell you about the Aviation Museum online. We'll have a link up at WCCBCharlotte.com. Coming up next, tell you about the parade one last time right here. Janine of Carolinas Freedom Foundation, she's going to join us. Big parade tomorrow, uptown, 11 a.m. That'll be on Wilson's World in just a bit. Back to you guys. Listen, I have had such a great morning out here at the Carolinas Aviation Museum. I love this place. If you've not been out here, you've got to, everything they do here, the way it's laid out, the way it's lit, it is awesome. You'll love it. The kids will love it. Speaking of the kids, I want you guys, your moms and dads, grandmas and grandpas, to take your kids to the Charlotte Veterans Day Parade tomorrow. Janine is back here with us, Carolinas Freedom Foundation. 11 o'clock tomorrow it starts, right?
Yes, 11 o'clock a.m., North Tryon and 9th Street, and it will end at Stonewall. Please bring your kids, your entire family. We'll be handing out little flags.
Yeah. So. How many? Listen, there's always tons of ROTC groups, veterans groups, a lot of vehicles, a lot of cars. This is your classic Charlotte parade, and it's all about the veterans.
It is all about the veterans. Not everyone is a veteran that participates. However, they are veteran supporters. Lots of antique cars, lots of your Charlotte Mecklenburg School ROTC programs out there. Your Girl Scouts, your Boy Scouts, your Cub Scouts.
Yeah, they're all out there. Lots of kids. It's really family-friendly event. Take your kids, and when you see those veterans out there, say thanks. Let your kids see you say thanks, because that's how we're going to pass this respect on to these next generations right here. There's plenty. We had Moira Quinn on earlier. There's plenty of parking uptown, the parking decks. If people want to find out more information, what should they do?
They should go to carolinasfreedomfoundation.org and go to Veterans Parade, and they can find out more information about the Veterans Parade there.
All right, and if you're up there at the Square Trade Tryon, my friend Bob is doing the announcing for us tomorrow. He loves it. He's great. He's actually been up in some of the bombers and stuff with me, so he's all in on it. All right, so go up and say hi, Bob, and that'll be a big deal to him. We'll have everything we talked about, the museum and the parade, at WCCBCharlotte.com. That'll be linked up. Any questions you have, feel free to hit me up on Twitter. If I don't know, I got her number and I'll find out. Okay?
Sounds good.
Listen, and thank you guys for doing this at Carolinas Freedom Foundation, because they do a lot with a little, and they're a big part of this community, and I really hope the breakfast goes well for you guys on Monday.
Thank you so much.
All right, awesome stuff. WCCBCharlotte.com. We'll have more details. Get out here to the Carolinas Aviation Museum as well. That is Wilson's World.